Hey guys, it's Michelle. As promised, I am doing my Polly Pocket video. This is some of them. Again, a lot of these toys were in a box that had been thrown away, which I'm still a little upset about. Whoa! But I am going to share with you the Polly Pocket items that I do have. Anyway, I'm going to start with these little miscellaneous guys here. Back in a little bag. I don't remember if this was for a game. I know I had a Polly Pocket game at one point, and I don't remember if this was part of it. But this is a little car that Polly Pocket, which I'll show you, would sit in like that. Actually, I think this went to a bigger one, like this huge area, but I don't remember it. This is one of my Polly Pockets. Focus. Yeah. That's what they originally looked like back in the day. I don't remember which this one came from. I do remember this one though. This one came from that Whitney doll I showed you, the Polly Pocket one. This was the doll that came with that doll. She's a redhead. Polly Pocket was typically blonde, but you will occasionally find them with different color hair. This was her friend. I named her Teresa. I don't know if that was her actual name, but that's what I had named her. She's always the one with the pigtails. She comes in different variations. Whoop. As well. Now this one I believe came in a, I think it was a ballerina set. But she's coming, I've seen this doll in blonde as well. And they used to just bend. That's all they did. They didn't have many, they're so tiny they really can't articulate very well. I don't know why the coloring looks weird here. I am going to see if I can fix that. Hang on. 1 second. I look even more washed out. Well, we'll just deal with the coloring. I don't know. Maybe it's just me who thinks it looks weird, but anyway. This one is a bit of a mess, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This one was really cool. There's 4 dolls, and this one's the teacher. It's cool because you didn't see too many African American ones. At least I didn't. I don't remember too many of them. Come on. This was one of my favorites because it was different. Now this is the schoolyard set. As you can see in here. This one's broken. That's why she's standing. She was glued back together. But you can see this is a blonde version of the one I showed you earlier. She's holding a piece of chalk and her face is wiped away. But this set, and you can see why it's a mess in a minute. You lift up this and there's 2 ink pads underneath. They're probably dried out now, but I'm not going to touch them to find out. But each desk was a stamp. So the desk that I always put her in had stars underneath. And these are pretty easy to open. You just lift it up. Whoa! Well, they're normally... And you don't even have to keep the desk on there. You can just stand the little figure on it. But you would typically set the little figure in the chair. Well, you get the gist. You put the little figure, oh, that's how you do it, in like this. Put the little legs up underneath, like that. And then the little chair would go underneath. Like, well, I'm not going to fight with this doll, but you get the gist of it. So that was the little purple one. And each desk had different things on it. Like this one just has paper and like a typical desk would look. Polly Pockets has a butterfly underneath it. I don't know if this is where they were supposed to sit. This is always how I had them sitting. And hers has a sewing machine, so I guess she's in home ec class. The little guy here, the boy, his has a heart underneath it. See? And here's the boy. And he's sitting at a computer desk, so I guess he's the computer whiz nerd. He's got a chip taken out of his head though. And then the last one had its Polly Pocket's face. And she's not sitting in there very well. She actually reminds me of somebody I used to know as a kid. And her desk is kind of like the artsy one. And I like it. Look how cute it is. Like you got the little bathroom up here. Here's another classroom right there. I don't know why you'd be lounging outside on a balcony in a classroom, but you know, whatever. You got the stairs and this like really nice kitchen area. It's kind of a weirdly set up school if you think about it. Maybe they're being homeschooled, I don't know. But then you have all these little areas underneath, which are really cool. This is one of the bigger ones. I'm going to show you my favorite ones, which I'm shocked they're still here. The first two, hold on. The first two I'm going to show you the ones my grandfather had bought me. So these ones are kind of special to me. Now there was 4 in the series. I have 3 altogether. These are like jewels. I'm going to show you this one first. This is one of my personal favorites. It is this red one with this big red jewel on it. I forget what the collection was called. I'm sure it was called Jeweled something. These came out in '92. And you open it, and inside it looks like the Taj Mahal. You have this pretty little world. And you have this little treasure chest. Oh, this treasure chest never sat in there very well. And inside the treasure chest is a big ruby, which is really cool. The little door up front here opens as well. And this one came with Polly Pocket and a pet. Her pet was this little monkey wearing a fez. I know, he's kind of, yeah. Put him in there. And the Polly Pocket had a jewel on her too. You could see. Her face has been rubbed off. I played with her so much. But she's very pretty. She's wearing gold in this really cool little outfit. This is like probably one of my favorite. Oh man, I took this thing with me everywhere. This is like my favorite one out of all the 3 that are here. This is the other one he had gotten me. This is a purple one with like a diamond on it. And inside this little world, again, I don't know why these, maybe just because they're so old. In here you have a winter wonderland, kind of like a real thing. You have an ice princess throne and a bed up here. Down here you got this really cute little seal. And again, the door opens as well. And you got a sleigh and some skates. And then you open this little guy. And of course, inside is the matching stone. It's a diamond. And this one came with a little polar bear. No, just, I'm going to sit him up there for now, so you can see him. And I always saw her as an ice queen. She also has a diamond on her head. She's dressed up really pretty, or maybe like a Russian attire, but I always thought it was like an ice princess. I thought that was really cool. And this one's probably my favorite. I love it. Well, this and the red one are like my top picks. This is the blue sapphire-y one. Pretty. And then when you open this up, because you'll see why in a minute, inside is this underwater theme. You got like, this is like part of a ship. There's a little seat or a throne, a hammock to sleep in, this little trove, and you got this little sea door. And inside this one is obviously a blue stone. And it came with, I think this is a sea otter. I honestly don't know what it is, to be completely and utterly honest. We're just going to say it's a sea otter. Which I always figured he just went, he fits in that little hole, so I always put him right there. And her, of course, again, the stone is on top. A mermaid one. Hello, I love mermaids. She's got a little shell bra on her little, it's supposed to be like her little tail, even though it looks more like a skirt. Well, it is a skirt because she's got shoes. But they stand in these little worlds, so they kind of had to have feet to stand. Otherwise they wouldn't work. Even, although sometimes they didn't, I don't know. Hear me out, guys. Like if you had these, sometimes even though they had the little holes in the world, like this one for instance, will not stand to save my life in it. She will not fit in it. And she never did. Never fit in that little like stand hole. But if I put her in a different world, she would fit. So like comment below if you remember having these kind of issues. As you can see, her face has been rubbed off though, like her little mouth, from trying to like push them on, so their faces kind of get worn off after time. But this sort of thing happens. But yeah, these guys are my favorite. I love these. There's a bunch of really cool ones. I mean, and this is what Polly Pocket should still be, because the idea is that the whole world fits in your pocket. You know, get it? Take it on the go. Probably a choking hazard now. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna do another video after this one. So I hope you enjoyed this Polly Pocket one. I think the old ones are better than the new ones personally, but I'm going to feel that way because I didn't have these new ones when I was younger. So I'll see you later, guys. Take care.